So this is my screencast of how to use Actively Learn. Actively Learn is a literacy development classroom educational technology tool. It's the best way to kind of describe it in one sentence. It's pretty powerful, however, in many, many ways. Basically, what you do is you could take any text whatsoever and you can embed questions, you can embed chats and discussions, you could include media in there to help students understand the text a little bit better. You could also, and from a student perspective, they can highlight any text and they can define any word or have it translated in a different language, or even have it spoken to them. So basically, what you're looking at right now is the teacher side. I've created an assignment, this Phineas Gage. It's a summary document. I've used it in a psychology class before. I've included instructions and directions for students at the top here, and then I have a number of questions. So these questions can be aligned to standards, to Common Core standards, and so I've done that already. And so kind of lists what the standard is. And when you include a question, you have the option of having a short answer, multiple choice question. You could have a poll question. There's different options. I have this question here: in what ways has an accident that happened in your life shaped you and those around you? What were the positive changes, negative? What were the outcomes? So this is an introductory question just to kind of make a connection between what they're about to read and kind of their own life. And then there is the document itself. And so I have the ability to link certain words and that sort of thing to outside sources. I have a poll question here as they're reading. And what's really, really cool about these questions and polls and different things is that the reader, the student, cannot go further into the document without responding to those questions. So it forces them to actually to respond to any questions that you pose to them in the document itself. I have the ability also to highlight certain words and to have something on the side here that helps to either define it, or if I wanted to put some notes in there for the student. Right now, I only did this just to kind of show teachers that you can highlight any word on here that you don't know and click define to get a dictionary definition as well as an audio pronunciation. And again, also with translating the word to a different language. So this word right here, tamping, is something that maybe students might not understand. And so they could highlight the word and then they could define it, or they could have it read to them to understand how it's pronounced. But again, this is just to kind of show you can put some notes on here on the side, maybe some pointers for students while they're reading. This doesn't stop their reading. It just kind of stays on the side there. But it's a good practice here. This is a discussion type of question. If you want to have a discussion within the document itself where all students who are working on this can see the responses for others, you could highlight a sentence, a phrase, a section, and then attach a chat to that. So the chat stays here on the side as well. And then if as students are answering it, they all kind of flow down here. So this question: what's your biggest takeaway thus far? So just kind of like, it's like a check-in on the document. What's your biggest takeaway from what you've read up to this point? So further along in the document we go, we have some ability to insert media here. I've highlighted this Barnum's American Museum in New York and made the connection between Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. And I've included an image there for the students to take a look at, so they can highlight it and take a look at the advertisement for this, so they realize that this right here, this Barnum's American Museum, would be connected to the traveling circus that would emerge afterwards, and just actually recently kind of ended for the for all of history. Anywho, further along the document we go. We got some more questions down here. I have a summarize in your own words how Gage was able to survive, cite evidence from the text. Again, they won't be able to move on beyond this part until they respond to that. So it forces them to take a look at the text and cite evidence from the text, summarizing what's been going on. And again, going all the way down the entire document. And then I always include a summary question: identify Gage's primary contribution to the study of the brain and psychology. Use evidence from the article. So this is kind of like a summary type question. But all these other questions and all these other things up here, these are questions that you want them to answer as they are reading, so they can process what they're reading, so they can be active with the text. Now, on the student side, what that looks like, just to kind of show you, whoops, wrong button, just to show you, what that looks like is when I mean they cannot go on without actually answering the questions and that sort of thing. I've registered as a student for this class, and so when I click on it as a student, I see the exact same thing for the most part. However, here are my directions. All right, good, good, good. But now I can't go any further. I've gone down as far as I can on the page thus far. It's stopped me. So I have to respond here in order to unlock the rest of the document. And all this information, as they answer, you are able to see on the teacher side, you have the ability to have this information at your disposal, so you can actually see what's going on with the assignment as they are working on it. So you'll get that data on the back end in which you can evaluate their responses. Again, here's that chat. If I want to enter a reply, biggest takeaway, blah blah blah. I hit reply, and there it is on the side there. So as students, again, answer the question, more and more students will be responding here on the side, and it stays on the side unless they elect to take those notes off. I want to have the notes up there. Again, that's just a press of the button right there. So those notes stay on the side there. Again, here's that image that showed up earlier, and then I can respond to it. I can like, wow, I had no idea. And again, you have the ability to have a little chat here on the document itself. So this is kind of basically how it works. Again, it's a great service. It's a great tool to use in the classroom. It's engaging, and it forces students to think about the text. They have access to all the other text above these questions. I'm, again, at the bottom of the document as far as I can go. As you know, there's more to the document. So I can kind of look back as a student. I can go, okay, well, what do I know? How can I summarize this? Where can I cite evidence here from this part of the document? So it breaks these documents into chunks, and it allows for students to really comprehend what they are reading. If you have any questions about Actively Learn, if you want to employ this in your classroom and you need help, let me know. I am here to help you. I love this tool. I've used it before, and I've taught this tool to other teachers, and they swear by it. And hopefully you'll swear by it too. Thanks a lot for listening and watching.